Everything is bigger in Texas. That includes a roster of 12 FBS football programs, of which only 3 had losing records in 2013. So which of the dozen will be the best this year? Hi, everybody. Ray Crawford here with our managing editor, Pete Fiutak. And joining us, our Texas insider, Ted Emrich, and our insider from Baylor, John Morris. Ted, why will the Longhorns be the best in the state this fall?
Well, Ray, first, let's just remember that this team last year was a game away from winning the Big 12 with Case McCoy at quarterback and a coach that had gone stale. Now you inject Charlie Strong's attitude, his energy into a team that has impact players returning. Malcolm Brown, Jonathan Gray at running back, Cedric Reed, Quandre Diggs on defense. No, this team isn't the best in Texas on paper going into the year, but do not be surprised if this Longhorns club reclaims its throne as the best in Texas.
Ted, I can appreciate that position, but Baylor did win the Big 12 Conference last year, a school record 11 victories, culminating with the final game at Floyd Casey Stadium, that 30-10 win over Texas to go to the first ever BCS Bowl. Art Briles has done amazing things here going into his 7th year. Baylor is the winningest FBS team in the state of Texas over the last 3 years, and it's an offense that returns 5 starters, including Bryce Petty, the Big 12 Player of the Year, from an offense that led the nation last year in total offense and scoring.
Ray, help me out. Are they talking Big 12 football?
That's what they're talking about.
All right, they still play that down there? All right. Unfortunately, your one defector is the best team in the conference. Texas is Texas A&M. They are the it team. They're the hot team. Yes, as Ted mentioned, Texas might not be the best team on paper, not the best team on grass either. That's the Aggies. They're the hot team. They're the cool team. Everyone wants to play where Johnny Football played at. He's having no problems getting players there. Kevin Sumlin is rocking on the recruiting trail. He's digging into places that Texas always owned. Now, yes, Baylor's going to be fantastic this year again offensively. I do think Texas is going to rebound and be far stronger. But in terms of who the best overall team is, it's got to be Texas A&M right now. But they play in the SEC, so the schedule might not, or the record might not reflect it.
Sumlin the quickest to 20 wins in A&M history. Ted, some convincing arguments for the Aggies and Bears. How do you respond?
Yeah, well, Pete, the problem is you said played. Johnny Football played there, past tense. A&M has the most to prove because do they have life after Johnny? With Baylor, the question has to be on defense. John, hey, you mentioned the offense, but last year what separated Baylor from everybody else was improvement on defense. Now they have to replace 7 senior starters. Texas, hey, they had their struggles, but they return a lot of their guys. They're able to improve at those particular positions. So Texas, believe it or not, might be the sleeper here. A&M and Baylor have a lot to prove, in my opinion.
Hey, Ted, good point. 4 starters back on defense for Baylor this year, but one of those is Bryce Hager, the rock-solid middle linebacker for Baylor. And don't sleep on this Baylor defense with Phil Bennett, very well-traveled, well-experienced defensive coordinator here at Baylor. And, Pete, come on. A&M's the hottest team. A&M's the cool team. Art Briles, have you been around to Art Briles? You know there's a new stadium here on the Brazos River in Waco. Come on, I don't think there's a team any more cool or hotter than the Baylor Bears right now.
I want to go back to Ted for a second here. You're ripping on A&M for a quarter. Your quarterback gets injured with a soft breeze. He'll be just fine there. Kevin Sumlin finds great quarterbacks. He is going to be Kyle Allen's going to be terrific. That defense is going to be a lot better for Texas A&M. I think the Aggies are going to be real solid this year.
Yeah, Pete, he finds them, but can he recruit them? Can he develop them? I mean, it seems like whether it be Cliff Kingsbury there or he takes over for Art Briles at Houston, Case Keenum being there, can Sumlin actually develop a quarterback with his system? And can he replace all those guys on defense who seem to be lost after getting in trouble with the law this summer? That's the question for A&M on top of the rugged SEC schedule.
Well, guys, that's where we're going to have to leave this debate for right now. Ted, John, guys, thanks very much. Thanks to you as always. Let us know what you think. Jump on Twitter and tweet us at Campus Insiders. Well, we've talked about the state of Texas. What about Penn State? You've got James Franklin, the Lions. What lies ahead for them? And something different about their uniforms. Check out the preview on CampusInsiders.com.
I can't believe you made me go against Texas. I'm Texas boy.
It's hard to do, isn't it?